Persuasive Copywriting, written by Robert William, narrated by Joseph Holbrook. Persuasive copywriting includes copywriting, persuasive words that sell, mind hacking, 25 advanced persuasion techniques, email marketing, convert leads, customers, updated 2019 Internet Edition. Written by Luigi Padovisi, narrated by Peter Provost. Copywriting 2019, the most updated guide to creating the best copy in the market and taking any business to the next level. Written by James Stone. Narrated by Peter R. Ormond. Introduction. Knowing more about copywriting may have piqued your curiosity. You may have heard copywriters can make an absolute fortune. Truth is, they can. However, people also have all kinds of misconceptions about what copywriting entails and think they can get by with the average skills of a writer. Unfortunately, that isn't strictly true. Having worked as a copywriter for an advertising company, I know the distinction. I know what holds people back and what makes them a success. This knowledge prompted me to write this book because there may be a hidden copywriter within you who doesn't know how to express him or her. This book puts together the different parts of the puzzle so you get a clear picture of what copywriting is all about, instead of just guessing and hoping you can wing it during an interview. Even if you do, unless you have learned the basic rules of copywriting, you won't get far. From the conception of an idea to the understanding of how copywriting works, this book is a worthwhile investment due to its completeness. You have the choice to take its advice or try to get into copywriting the hard way. It took me a long time to get my head around the way that it works as opposed to traditional text writing. Copywriting is different. The difference between a good copywriter and a bad one can be disastrous for a client and can cost a client business. If you have been looking at advertisements on the television or in the press, you have been reading copywriting. If a particular advertisement stands out in your mind, then that was good copywriting. Copywriting takes the imagination of the writer a little further because it takes into account the needs of the public, the sector of the public at which it is aimed, and gives them the impression their lives are not complete without a particular product. You may not know it or care to admit to it, but your life has been touched by good quality copywriting. Have you ever thought about the clarity of a message and how that works in copywriting? You may not have thought beyond writing clever and witty phrases, but you need to. To capture the imagination of the viewing or reading public, you need to go beyond clever and witty into the realms of making the product memorable, and that takes a great deal of skill that we will show you how to learn. This book is based upon my experience, and I have taken all of the hard work out of the picture since I have dealt with failure during my own experience and have learned the hard way. You now have all of my information that would have made my career as a copywriter much easier had I known then what I know now. Taken in small slices shows you all the different aspects of copywriting. With this knowledge, the only way you can fail is if your English is lacking, and I assume that you feel because you are reading this that you need to take a step further with your writing career, so that's not likely to apply. Copywriting is fun when you get it right and your client is happy. Your words describe your client's product and do it in such a way the product and your client become memorable. Isn't that what all good writers are supposed to do? Keep reading, and I'll explain how to create great copy. Chapter 1. The Basics of Copywriting. If you want to become good at copywriting, you need to make sure that you understand some of the basics that come with this career choice. When the internet was first popular, people began to figure out that they could use it as a way to promote their businesses and products.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?